Here lies the broken down city of Lumiere, broken down but still lively enough for people to live in. Then we get to see the paintress, and then it goes up and we finally get to see the main character, Gustav. Here we get introduced to a second main character, Mael, which is one of my favorite characters. Can't lie about that. In this scene, you get a pretty good adaptation of what life is like in Lumiere. To be honest, it seems like shit.
Are there any like sweet games in different countries?
If you have not noticed this already, the first main problem is my FPS. After collecting the flower for Sophie, you get into your first duel with Mael, where you learn the basics of how to fight. Mael, nothing special happens. You just meet Sophie, which isn't a main character. She's just special to Gustav. We meet the children of Gustav's apprentices, and then we experience the first Gomage, which Gomage is like a number that the paintress does, where she puts on an age on the thing, and then anyone of that age or older dies. So Sophie dies as she is 33 years old. After speaking with Mael for a while, finally get to do a rematch with her, which it's a pretty easy battle. On a rate of 1 to 10, it's probably a 1 or 2. After speaking to everyone, Emma, someone that I've never heard of, tells everyone of Expedition 33 to get on the boat so they could leave. And so there was a cutscene, and like we promised something, blah blah blah, and then we head off. Lost footage, but everyone died except Gustav. So now he's just alone in this big area, and it's scary for him. After running around for a while, you go to this red place where you finally get to meet Lune, but before that, Gustav tries to kill himself. Next, we get a tutorial of how to use Lune's skills, which on a difficulty scale of 1 to 10 is a 1 because, again, it is a tutorial boss. After running around a while longer, you find yourself in this building, which I myself had some trouble in, because I couldn't find where to go. I'm pretty stupid. Next, I got some skills before grinding an enemy over and over again until I felt I was ready. After running around a while more, you will notice that there's a lot more enemies than you thought. After running and killing a while longer, finally I got to a point where we meet an optional quest, which I never finished, of this white thingy, but in my opinion, I really like this white thingy. After going forward and killing a bunch of enemies, I finally met my first real boss, which, if you just stick with me for another like 10 or 15 seconds, you'll see how bad it went. After losing miserably to this boss, I felt that it was only there was only one good thing that I could do, and that was to grind until I'm high level enough to beat this boss. I then fought the boss one more time, and that's when I realized it wasn't so hard, so then I just beat it up. But my camera crashed at the very last second of the boss fight. Just now that it was a 6 out of 10 difficulty for me. After beating the boss, I did a bunch more grinding, and then I finally found the next area, which took me a shit ton. I then found out what camping was. Also, problem 1 was diminished. I have switched to my Xbox. So now it was better, but I went to camp, did some stuff. Then I found out what flying waters is, and I went there. This next area is the manor, which is where the white-haired man lives. Spoiler alert. But we find Mael here, and we fight her friend named the Curator. did some stuff with attributes, then I went and fought the curator. On a scale of 1 to 10, it is like well, it was a tutorial boss, so I'll give it a 2 out of 10, just for that. The curator is the guy who helps us at camp, just so you know. Here we meet Noko, the best gestural ever, but anyways, he leads us to the gestural village. I then fought Noko and got some special gear from him, so it's pretty cool. Anyways, I made my way out of flying waters before I met this boss named Borgon, which ate Gustav, but it wasn't too hard besides that because his attacks are pretty easy, and I beat him on like my 3rd try, so it was like a 5 or 6 out of 10. After that, I made my way out of flying waters and into the gestural village area, where I did a lot of grinding here, but then after that I moved on after I felt like I was at a good level. Next is one of my favorite bosses in the game, Gold Blue, because it's just gold, you know? Oh shit. Anyways, he's my favorite boss is because he's like doesn't attack if you don't get some flowers. Like just don't get your flowers. He's low-key a nice dude, so like just don't touch his flowers. Like he literally cares for his flowers. Like he cares for something, don't take them away. That's just sweet. So then I ran around a lot more, and then we get to the first one of Mael's nightmares, which then she talks to Gustav, and yeah. I upgraded my weapons, and then once I did that, I got out and got to the first enemy of the gestrals, or the enemy gestrals, I should say, which the first one is called the Saka, which I kind of like that name, but on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 3 out of 10, no. At this moment, it was like a 6 out of 10. The next boss is the ultimate Saka, which is also one of my favorite bosses because it's just the ultimate Saka. On a scale of 1 to 10, at the moment, it was an 8 out of 10 because I just couldn't get used to the attacks. And then I did some grinding, and then finally I beat him. When I did the grinding, it was like a 3 out of 10 though. Of course, I have to show you the full fight with the ultimate Saka, and here it is. Unlocked the gestural village, which I went in, and here would take place the gestural competition thing where You have to fight to get the password so you could get Saka, which is my favorite character in the whole game, by the way. This is probably one of my easiest parts of the game, but then you meet CL, a party member, and we have to fight her like a 3 out of 10. Like, this whole thing was a 3 out of 10. Like, I could probably do it without even, like, you know. Well, there it is. We get the password and we head on. I do CL's tutorial, and then I head off to camp, and then I upgrade my weapons, and then here comes Miles' second nightmare. Finally get to Saka's nest, tell him the password, and then go inside and meet Saka. After talking to Saka, we fight Francois, which gives us a fake flurry. At first, this is like a 10 out of 10 boss fight, until you figure out how to dodge his one attack, which is just bump bump, like bump. You have to wait until the second charge up, and then you just dodge, and then once you do that, it's a breeze, like a 1 out of 10. After noticing it's the wrong rock, we go to the rocky cliffs with Saka to get his flurry, so then we could swim across the ocean. I then go to camp and witness another one of Lionel's nightmares. After Miles' nightmare, we go to the rocky cliffs, and the end of Act 1 is approaching. Warning. After doing some grinding, I headed to the final boss of Act 1, the Lampmaster. Yeah, it was really hard boss. I didn't figure it out until it took me out a couple of hours. So I'm gonna put this boss at an 8 out of 10 difficulty. You can watch the fight.
After beating the first phase, I was surprised that there was a second phase, as the first phase was so hard. So as you could see, I died pretty fast, so then I went into grinding mode before I went back to the boss and demolished it. You could watch the final battle.
finally beating the Lamp Master. It took me like 1 or 2 hours, maybe even 3. My least favorite part of the game was approaching. SKA finally found Flory, and they were about to cross the ocean until the white-haired man came and killed Gustav. Then, as Gustav dies, Verso comes in on the last second, but Gustav wasn't saved. Then, the white-haired man pushes Mayo down to SKA, and them and Verso go down and finally beat then they finally cross the ocean, starting Act 2. Act 2 starts in the Forgotten Battlefield, where we go across and try to bury Gustav's hand, which after you run across, you'll notice that there's a boss called the Duelist. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely rate The Duelist at a 7 out of 10, as it took me around 2 to 3 tries, and it was pretty hard to understand his attacks. After finally burying Gustav's hand, we go forward. And we talk about beating the Paintress. Here I upgrade my sword, my stuff, I upgrade everything. And then after that, in the morning, it was time to go to Minogo's station, because we can't go to Old Lumiere without his help. As Minogo is a Gestrel, is a Stalic, which I really have nothing to say about it. It's just a boss. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate this boss a 5 or 6, because it took me 1 try, but it rang me down to really low HP.
I did Minoko's tutorial, which was pretty easy, of course, and then I headed down to Old Lumiere, which we tried to steal the Paintress' heart in.
After getting to Old Lumiere, Minoko breaks the wall, but also splits up Verso, Mael, and the rest of the crew. So then now I am in a search with this crew to find Verso. After Verso suddenly disappears, Renoir comes back and Verso suddenly comes, and now it's a fight to the death to kill Renoir, which here it turns out that Verso is Renoir's son. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably like an 7.5 out of 10. Just because I don't think you're even supposed to kill him, but I did. Cause like there's a fail screen, so yeah. But I beat him. As Renoir leaves, he kills Monoko, and it's one of the saddest parts of the game. After that, people start to not trust Verso, as he was keeping it a secret. The curator says that the only way that they could kill the paintress now is by killing the 2 axons first and taking their hearts. So then we got the new ability for Eskia. So then I swam across and went to Cyrene. I did a bunch of grinding before going on because I felt like I wasn't a high level enough. But then I tried to beat this boss called Tissure, but I failed. So then I just went straight to Glissando, and it was a pretty easy fight, to be honest. I'll give it like a 4 out of 10. And then it was Cyrene, and I haven't been able to beat her for 10 hours. It took me over 10 hours to beat this boss, but I did some more grinding, and then finally I beat her. I'll let you watch the full fight. After trying to beat Cyrene for a while, I went ahead and killed Tissure after grinding for a while, and this gave a huge advantage in the fight with Cyrene. After grinding for a while, I was able to first try beat Cyrene, which then gave me the first heart I needed to be able to break the border around the paintress.
The next area is Visages. After you kill the 3 masks, you get access to Visages, the boss, or what some people call the Mask Keeper.
Boss, as I think I beat it on my first try, but what was next was a lot harder. The Mask Keeper wasn't too hard of a boss fight. Actually, no, that was a lie. Using its has the ability to cross the border, as the curator makes a sword that breaks the border forever. So anyways, Alune thinks that Verso is keeping a secret from them, as he already kept the secret from them. So then, the next morning, I go and I finally break the border to fight the final boss of the game, aka other people call it the Paintress. Here it seemed to be the final battle, but Mael notices that this isn't the final boss, as this is a fake version of the Paintress, and the real one is on the tower. I made my way up the monolith until I finally got to the boss Renoir. Oh, I lost like 1,000 times to him, by the way. I finally beat Renoir. And when I mean beat, I mean he finally died. With this, I could finally fight the Paintress, as he was the final guard of the Paintress. For a long time. This is the first 10 out of 10 boss in the entire game. This, in my opinion, was the hardest boss. Though it might not look like it, I came back from hours of grinding just to kill the Paintress. I had finally beaten the Paintress. This means that the expedition is over. Or is it? Everyone was withering away. This meant that this wasn't the end of the expedition. But since everyone is dying, I guess it did. Finding out the truth that Renoir was the real cause of everything, this meant that the final boss was Renoir, not the paintress. This meant that the paintress was on the good side. Grinding, and I mean a lot. I got the best build for Verso. So then I went on and I fought creation. Actually, like at this point, 2 out of 10 boss fight. And then I went along to fight the final boss of the entire game. I have perfected the build. I switched to expert mode, and this was a 3 out of 10 boss fight, by the way, but it's not the end.
why do I feel like crying right now?
Next life.
See, Bruce was my favorite character. I would go as a first sub, but Maya wants to see her a lot. But he doesn't want to paint anymore. She's making him go against the will. And it's not, and also, although Maya wants it, and she thinks it's the good thing to do, she'll get lost in the painting. So I shall fight as first sub. Okay, this is better. I didn't even let you attack.
Don't do this. Don't leave me again.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, huh? You've got this incredible power to paint. You'll never have to suffer a life you don't want. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I will miss you guys.
final question is, do I think this game deserves to be Game of the Year 2025? Absolutely, yes. I think that I'm gonna vote this game for Game of the Year. Also, thank you so much for watching the whole video. Goodbye.